It could be anything from a winter ice storm to a massive cyber attack. Are you prepared for the next time the grid goes down? Keep watching for a way that you can get an awesome power station for free. Hey guys, it's Jara with Wicked Prepared. Welcome back everyone. If you saw my latest video, I talked about the 7 preps you should be buying this week. And one of those things on my list was backup power. We all know why we need backup power, and those of us who have been through an extended power outage know all too well. As we head into winter, many of us face the possibility of blizzards, nor'easters, and ice storms. Cyber attacks are increasing, and many fear the possibility of a widespread attack on our power grid. No matter the reason, having backup power is imperative. Bluetti sent us one of these awesome AC200L units to try out and review. This is a brand new unit that was just released to the public a few days ago, actually. If you have researched backup power and portable solar power at all, you've undoubtedly heard of Bluetti. They are a leader in the industry and one of the most well-known and highly regarded companies producing this kind of technology. Bluetti is synonymous with quality products. I am very, very excited today to be able to give one of these units away. Bluetti and all of their awesomeness has offered to send one of these brand new AC200L units to one of our lucky subscribers. So make sure you stay tuned to the end of the video to find out how you can enter to win. We'll also have a special coupon code exclusive to our viewers if you want to purchase one of these units. Before I go into the details of this specific unit, let me tell you some of the reasons why we love having this type of power station in general. We do have a gas generator, and I am a firm believer in having more than one way to achieve anything in an emergency. But time after time, we have been finding ourselves turning to our portable power stations first during a power outage. These type of units can be stored inside our home and used inside our home, so we don't have to venture outside at all, which can be a huge plus in a lot of situations. We also can move the power station around to wherever it's needed in the house so that we don't have to worry about wiring anything into the house or using a lot of extension cords. We don't have to worry about fumes, carbon monoxide, explosions, any of those things that you would worry about with a gas generator. And of course, there's the question of fuel. Power stations like this don't run on fuel, which is awesome because fuel is costly. It's sometimes difficult and dangerous to store, depending on what kind of fuel we're talking about. And you can only store so much of it, no matter what type of fuel it is. And when it runs out, chances are there won't be more available. So having another option is well worth it to us. It also helps us to conserve the fuel that we do have stored, just in case the situation ends up lasting longer than we anticipated. And so we can reserve the fuel just for things and instances that a power station couldn't handle. One more thing that I really like about these power stations is that they're easy for me. I'm able to move them around myself. I'm able to operate them myself. I feel comfortable doing that. They're really, really simple. And so that's just one more thing that I like about these compared to my gas generator. Now let's get into some of the reasons that I really like this particular unit. Some of the things that aren't so great and some of the things that you should know. Also, as a disclaimer, I am not an electrician or an electronics expert, of course, but I've just done a lot of research trying to figure this out, and hopefully I can give you the information from one layperson to another. Or if you are an expert in all things electrical, please feel free to leave comments down below if you notice anything that I didn't cover. First off, one of the features that stood out for me right away is the charging capability on this unit. That's really important to me because a unit like this can provide power for a set amount of time, but then what? With a gas powered generator, you're just going to refill your fuel tank. Propane, you're just going to fill or connect another tank. So with a unit like this one has up to a 2400 watt AC charging capability, and that replenishes the battery from 0 to 80% in just 45 minutes, which is super fast. Now it's important to note here because these numbers are used by a lot of power station manufacturers. Most units are able to charge rapidly up to 80%, and then they slow down the charging for the last 20% just to protect the battery from being damaged. So you see this in everything from smartphones to Teslas. And that's why they put it that way, that you can charge it up to 80% in such amount of time. Bluetti rates this unit at taking 1.5 hours for a full charge, 0 to 100. And I feel this is really pretty accurate compared to what we saw when we were testing ours. But of course, if you're using this power station during an extended power outage or somewhere that you're off grid and you have no access to charge it up, you're not going to care about how long it's going to take to charge plugged into the wall. But luckily, Bluetti has you covered. This unit can be charged with solar panels at up to 1200 watt input. And so that's going to give you a complete recharge in about 2 hours, which is also very fast. But here's where that gets even more important. The unit has pass-through charging, so you can set this up with the solar panels charging, and you can also have devices plugged into it and consuming the power at the same time. As long as you have more power going into the unit than you have coming out, this is going to run without stopping, at least until the sun goes down. One more option for charging, and we have definitely used this option before, is that you can charge it through your vehicle with a vehicle charging plug. That brings me to the big question of how long will it run? There's a lot of variables that go into that number, but it's important to know what it can do so that you're able to conserve it if you need to. This particular power station has a 2048 watt-hour battery, but what does that mean? Basically, watt-hours measures the amount of energy for a specific period of time, and watts measures the amount of power at one moment in time. You can think of watts and watt-hours in the same way that you think about speed and distance when you're driving. Speed is, of course, how fast you're driving at any instant in time. Distance is the length or the amount of distance that you're going to drive over a period of time. So if you drive 60 miles an hour for 1 hour, then you've gone 60 miles. With electricity, it takes 20 watts to light a 20-watt light bulb. But if a 20-watt light bulb is on for an hour, then that light bulb will have used 20 watt-hours of energy. If left on for 2 hours, then it's going to be 40 watt-hours of energy, and so on and so forth. So with this power station here, we have a full tank of charge, so to speak, with 2048 watt-hours. So if you were to light that same 20-watt bulb, and only that bulb with this power station, it would stay on for just over 51 hours. So now say you want to run 2 of those light bulbs. Now you're basically running 2 items from the same fuel tank. And if they're each using that same 20 watt-hour simultaneously, you could keep them both going on one charge for roughly 25.5 hours. There's a lot of variables, so this might not be 100% exact, but it's just a basic, easy way of understanding it. Most people commonly accept that any power station like this is about 85% efficient, just because it does take some power to run the screen, the fan, the inverter, and all of that stuff. So that's going to reduce these numbers a little bit, but I just wanted to simplify the math. That always makes it easier for me to understand this kind of thing. If this all seems kind of random to you and a lot of numbers, that's okay, because that's exactly how I feel about it. But luckily, Bluetti puts all of this information about the runtime right here on the display. It knows how much power it has left in the tank, and it knows how much the devices are using in real time, and it knows how long it will continue to run at that rate until it's at 0, and it adjusts with that constantly. So how long will it run? Well, the most accurate answer for something that draws continuous power is right on the screen. But what about something that runs for a period of time and then shuts off and cycles through like that? Think about like a refrigerator or a freezer, for example. Even a heater, either one with a thermostat or one that you're manually turning on and off to conserve electricity but keep your area warm. You could certainly do the math, but I'm a firm believer that the best thing to do is to try it out. When you get a unit like this, charge it up and try it out. Watch the display and see what it says when your freezer, heater, refrigerator, whatever it is actually running. Keep notes with all of these numbers, and then you'll have information that you need to decide what you're going to run and for how long. Some other features real quick. This unit has a 5-year warranty, which is fantastic. Bluetti has a rating for operating temperatures 4 to 104 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 20 to 40 Celsius. That was something that we were kind of concerned about when it comes to relying on one of these to run a heat source. You should only recharge it when it's above freezing though. It weighs in at just over 62 pounds. That little tidbit actually surprised me because I was able to lift this unit out of the box and carry it into the house and get it up on the island all by myself. I mean, it was heavy, but I didn't have really much trouble. So I was surprised to read that it weighs over 60 pounds. It does have the 2 grips on either end, which makes it easier to carry. It does not have wheels. I feel like some other units similar sizes have wheels, but if you have trouble carrying heavy, bulky things and you wanted a unit like this, you can always just strap it to a set of luggage wheels and voila, now you have a unit on wheels. Of course, one other random feature that we love about this unit, like all the other Bluetti units that we've used, is the flat top. I know it's just a little detail, but it does make it easier to store. It's easier to pack if you're taking it camping or something. It gives you a nice flat surface to set stuff on when you're using it. One of my absolute favorite features of this AC200L unit is that it's expandable. You can actually add multiple different configurations of batteries that Bluetti sells and get this unit all the way up to 8,192 watt-hours. The expandable feature is something that we haven't had before and something that I've really, really wanted because it's a complete game changer. The capacity to expand is what takes these units to be a little bit closer to what you could power with a gas generator. One thing I noticed as soon as I took it out of the box and was setting it up is I wondered if it had some type of waterproof or weatherproof rating. It has all of these nice covers over the outlets and the input ports. Even the cables screw in and seal up. In the specs, it flat out says that no, it's not waterproof, which does make sense. But nonetheless, I can definitely see where this offers a lot more protection from the elements than pretty much any other power station that I've tried. Having the cables attached in this way also makes sure that you have a good connection, and the covers are going to keep out all kinds of stuff from the plugs that you're not using, which is a good thing, even if it's not completely waterproof. Because they're this nice rubbery waterproof kind of material, they collect dust like nobody's business. This AC200L has 4 120 volt 20 amp outlets that are like your typical wall outlets, one 120 volt 30 amp RV output. It's got 2 USB-A and 2 USB-C. It's like a tongue twister outlets. It's got a 12 volt plug and a 48 volt plug. It's 2400 watt total, 3600 powerlifting mode, and a 7200 watt surge rating. And you can even hook this up to Bluetooth or Wi-Fi and monitor and control it right from your phone. Just think about all the ways that having a unit like this would make your life easier and more bearable in a power outage. If someone in your household relies on powered medical equipment, it's a must-have, non-negotiable. But you can also keep all of your devices charged, charge rechargeable batteries, run a laptop, run a fan. If you have little kiddos in your home, I know for sure life would be a lot more bearable if you were able to power a TV or a tablet or even just some lights for reading or coloring. I mean, kids can have a lot of fun with flashlights and glow sticks, but after a while it gets old and everyone can get a little stir crazy, especially if they're the type that gets stressed out by discomfort and changes in routine. You can power all kinds of kitchen appliances with one of these power stations to make it a little bit easier to prepare your emergency meals. The first thing I did with this unit was actually use it to test out a new induction cooktop that we have. Anything that generates heat is going to use a fair amount of power, but induction is known for being a little bit more energy efficient because of the way that it magnetically transfers the heat directly to the cookware. The first thing I did was boil some water in a pot, and the induction burner heated it up so quickly that it only used a couple of % off the total battery power to bring it to a complete boil. Next, I used the same setup to prepare one of my holiday meals in a bag, my Christmas dinner, because that one was a little bit more labor intensive than my single butane burner could handle. I was able to prepare the whole meal using only about 26% of the power in the unit, so I'm confident I could easily cook 3 meals a day this way and still have some power left over for other things if it ever came to that. It wouldn't necessarily be my first choice for emergency cooking, but it is nice to have that option, especially if I was to run out of fuel from my other cooking methods. This would be a great backup. If you've been thinking about adding a power station like this to your preps, now is the perfect time to do it because Bluetti's having their awesome Black Friday sale. They've got discounts up to $2,000 off of their retail prices. The sale is running currently through November 27th, 2023. And not only that, but they also have this brand new AC200L unit at a special early bird pricing through November 30th. And they've given us an exclusive coupon code to share just with you that will give you an additional $100 off of this unit. That coupon code is good only on the brand new AC200L. So that all adds up to a pretty significant discount if you're interested in one of these units. Okay, now the moment you've been waiting for. It's time for the details on our giveaway. First, I need to say that this giveaway is not sponsored by YouTube. I am solely responsible for choosing a random winner. And then once I have the winner's shipping information, I'm going to pass that along to Bluetti, and they will be responsible for arranging delivery of the prize to the winner. In order to enter the drawing, all you need to do is leave a comment down below with the word Bluetti in the comment. You must leave your comment before 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on November 27th, 2023, which is Cyber Monday. I'm then going to use a program to choose a random winner from all the comments containing the word Bluetti. When a winner is chosen, and this is very important, I'm going to be replying to your comment, to the winner's comment, to let you know that you're the winner. I'll then ask you to email me, and then we're going to be able to go from there. We've got a verification process to make sure that it is the actual winner who's contacting us. I'm going to be choosing the winner and replying to the comment on November 28th. So you'll want to make sure that you're subscribed to the channel and you've got your notifications turned on so that you'll be notified if I reply to your comment. And please check your notifications, maybe come back and check the video. YouTube doesn't have a way for us to direct message anyone, so this is the only way that we can contact the winner. The winner is going to have 7 days to respond to that, and if not, we're going to have to move on to the next winner. So make sure that you come back to this video and check to see if you've won. I'll also update the description box below the video and make a pinned comment with the winner after they're drawn. So if you see your name there, you'll know that you're the winner. There's also a link to the complete list of rules in the description box below, but just know to enter, there's no purchase necessary. You must be 18 years or older and living in the United States. The most important thing to remember is there's a lot of scammers out there, but if you're the winner, I am the only person that's going to notify you. The only way that I'm going to be doing it is by replying to your comment, updating the description, and listing you in the pinned comment. So if you get an email or a text from anyone claiming to be me or Bluetti or telling you that you're the winner, it's a scam. I cannot stress that enough. There's some really rotten people out there, and I definitely don't want them taking advantage of any of you guys. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, leave me a plug emoji down in the comments. And don't forget to comment Bluetti for your chance to win your very own AC200L. And check out this video next to see a list of other items that might come in handy during a winter power outage. I'm Jara with Wicked Prepared. Survive today, thrive tomorrow. We'll see you next time.